Hey everyone, welcome back to Verve Visionary. Today, I want to talk about something that I believe is one of the most important topics out there: thinking for yourself. It might sound obvious, but in today's world, it's more important than ever to cultivate independent thinking. People often underestimate how easy it is to manipulate others, whether it's through fear, social pressure, or simply through the overload of information we're exposed to every day. One of the most common ways people are manipulated is through fear. Fear makes us panic and accept whatever information we're given as the truth without questioning it. I'm not going to get into the details of the recent pandemic, but I think it really showed us how important it is to think for ourselves and take responsibility for our actions. At the time, many people were in a state of panic, and when fear takes over, it's easy to accept anything handed to you as fact. Now, with time, many people are looking back and realizing that maybe they should have questioned things more. So, what does it mean to think for yourself? For me, it's about doing your own research, looking at multiple sources of information, and coming to your own conclusions. With time, you start to understand which sources you can trust more and which ones you can't. But the key is that you're not just passively accepting what you're told. You're actively thinking and forming your own opinions. There are a couple of reasons why people don't think for themselves. Fear and lack of confidence are definitely two of the biggest ones. People are afraid to stand out, afraid to be wrong, or just unsure of their own abilities. But thinking for yourself is a habit, and like any habit, it can be developed. Unfortunately, I think one of the biggest killers of independent thinking is school. Don't get me wrong, education is important, but schools often teach kids to obey, follow instructions, and do what they're told. They rarely encourage curiosity, and that's a problem. Curiosity is the foundation of critical thinking. If we don't question things, if we don't think outside the box, how can we ever grow? As a parent, I've always made it a priority to teach my child to think critically and to seek information for themselves. It's something I'm really proud of. I've always encouraged my child to challenge the status quo, to be curious, and to take their time with decisions. We need to let information sink in, let our brains do the work in the background, and only then should we act. People tend to make irrational decisions when they act out of fear or emotion. But when you give yourself time to reflect, you allow your brain to process the information and find the right solution. Personally, I've worked in high-pressure environments for years, 20 years in kitchens, and I've learned to make decisions quickly, but that doesn't mean I act without thought. I don't fear making mistakes because, to me, mistakes are opportunities for growth, and that's a mindset everyone should embrace. Fear of making mistakes is another reason people often rely on others to make decisions for them. But mistakes aren't something to be afraid of. They're a way to improve, to learn, and to develop self-awareness. Of course, if you keep making the same mistake, that's a different story. But a mistake made once is simply an opportunity for growth. So, how do you start thinking for yourself? One of the most powerful tools is mindfulness. Take time to pause, reflect, and let the information settle. Sometimes the solution will come to you when you're least expecting it, when your brain has had time to process everything in the background. Your brain is the most advanced computer on Earth. Give it time, feed it the right information, and it will come up with solutions for you. Remember, you're entitled to your own opinions, and you're allowed to disagree with others. The important thing is to do so with respect. Respect will take you far, even when you disagree with someone's views. At the end of the day, we all see the world through different lenses, and that's okay. But what's not okay is blindly following others without thinking for yourself. In my experience, developing the habit of thinking for yourself will change the way you navigate life. It will give you confidence, clarity, and the ability to make decisions that are truly in your best interest. So take your time, let your mind do the work, and never stop being curious.